Hello Virgo, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is Dee, and here is your September horoscope for 2021. And just to recap, this is the year of the ancestor. Everybody's got this card. It's listening to your own beat. All right, it's being dedicated to walk your spiritual path, and walking through those and being committed to walking through the those birch trees. You started out the year with not having any judgment, being judgment free, and keeping that in mind for what's happening, for the year. And as a result of that, in February, you were able to attract relationship, love, however you want to look at it, right? And that ended up, reflecting in your home in March with the Ten of Stones at completion. April, there was a decision to be made. As you had your staves, bows firmly planted in the ground, an opportunity for some fire action, right? Some creativity. The Knight of Bows came along as well in May, and asking you, what opportunity are you seizing here, right? As well as, what details are you ignoring, in that decision making that you had, the month prior. June, you were dedicated to whatever that decision was, whether it's personal, relationship, career, social, whatever. Okay, you made that decision in your mind with that logic and reasoning, and you became dedicated to the cause. You became dedicated to what's transpiring out there. In July, it was the Knight of Stones, that slow plodding energy. All right, 2 nights here this year, so that's telling me that you're on a quest. All right, and it's an opportunity to learn some things, but knights are also fighters, tacticians. And this Knight of Stones is where can you push through to the finish, as well as where's your stubbornness holding you up to, as you're staying dedicated to that decision you made 4 months prior. Okay. And in August was the awesome card of the Shaman, Virgo. This is, it gave you an opportunity to manifest your heart's desire, whether that's, stability, security, emotional fortitude, creativity, manifest more creativity in what you have. You got some stones down here this year, some bows, but, the Shaman's saying, you can have it all. And maybe that's what you did in August. Maybe you did have it all. Maybe you spent some time in the water and you did some creative things with friends and relatives. Maybe you had the opportunity to make some decisions, which you made here 5 months prior to that. That's leading you up for the rest of the year. So let's see what September holds for you, Virgo. And I'm going to pull 1 card, and then we'll do 4 cards for each week. So this month is going to be represented by that Knight of Arrows in the Hawk. So, this year you've got a lot of night action going on. To me, that Knight of Arrows, that Hawk, that fighter tactician, that quest of intellect, reasoning, logic. All right. To me, the Hawk is also somebody who makes a quick decision. All right. Can see things, has, great vision. All right. And knows what he wants. Knows what she wants. She's able to fly high in the sky and see that prey for what it is, and swoop into it. So quick decision making that you're going to have to go through in the month of September, Virgo. And it's all based off of that manifestation that we talked about for the month of August. So the first week of September is going to be represented by the Queen of Vessels and Salmon. All right, and here you've got the queenly aspect, the nurturing aspect of water energy. The salmon's trying to get upstream, to lay its eggs. And the queen asks, what is enchanting you during this process? What's enchanting you this month in September for that Knight of Arrows? The Knight of Arrows also talks about what do you need to stand up for? And, if you want to manifest your heart's desire, you're going to need to take a stand, right? You're gonna need to take, draw a line in the sand, Virgo, and take that stand and say, you know what, this is what I need to do. And in that first week, that Queen of Vessels is asking you, what is enchanting you in making this decision? And you're gonna think about that. Eros is thinking logic, okay? And this hawk wants you to think quickly, all right? And you already know what that answer is. You're just thinking, this is what's enchanting me. I want this to happen, all right? I manifested it in August, and I'm going to continue moving forward, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and stand up for what I believe in, stand up for what I want, okay? And what's enchanting me is, that here's a great opportunity to do whatever in a relationship or, career, however you want to look at it. And the Queen's looking at you going, I'm glad, see, you're thinking this out, and you're not letting your emotions get the best of you on this. You've thought this process out, you know what you want, you know how to get it, all right? And you're being very, kingly about it, let's say, and being tolerant with your emotions and achieving it. Now, the Knight of Arrows is also, where might you be wrongly informed? So you're also going to be double checking your information. And this Queen's going to say, that's good that you're doing that. But what, as you're doing that, what do you need to devote yourself to? Kind of like taking that step back and saying, as you're checking your information, are you devoted to this course of action that you're running through? And, the Queen's just getting you to think. She wants to nurture that thought process ahead for you. She's in your corner, okay? She wants you to, to swim up those falls to get that, to get the acorns, right? She wants you to move forward, all right? But to do so in a methodical approach is being that Knight of Arrows, that hawk. All right? So let's see what that second week has for you. That second week in September is going to be represented by the stag. Now, to me, the stag is all about justice. He metes justice out in the wildwood forest, but he's also got, the shield of the world tree. And he's half human, half elk, all right? Which is, it stands between, being man-made and being, nature-made, right? If a tree gets chopped down, he's the first one to remind you that it needs to be replanted. And this is going to be in the second week of September. So, what's enchanting you, the Queen's asking, into what you need to stand up for. And maybe you need to stand up for and have some justice in your life. While you're standing up for things, all right, and knowing where you want to be justified in that decision. Don't take justice out in your hands, right? But be justified in your position and doing what you want to do. Let's say it's a career change, all right? The reason why you're doing it, okay, is because of A, B, C, and D. It has nothing to do with what's happening within your organization. It has everything to do with, meeting your values, meeting your principles, meeting your, making it align with what you want to do in life, right? And that's that justice of taking that next step, right? Of listening to what that Queen of Vessels has for you, right? Of, devoting yourself to that path and being justified in what's going on. Knowing that it's working toward the end goal. All right, Virgo, let's see what that third week has for you. The third week is just the opposite. Is that Two of Arrows and justice. Okay, so the second week is all about justice on a life lessons aspect. And in the third week, it's, to me, injustice is just finding out more truth. Finding out the truth of the matter. Understand that everything is not equal, all right? But in your mind, you want it to be equal. In your mind, maybe that's what you're standing up for, is that inequality of what's happening. Got spiders hanging all over here. And in seeking out the truth of what's going on this month. Maybe you're taking somebody's side and you're standing up for them. And that's what's enchanting you. All right? And that's where you need to be justified with that stag. So that third week is, everything's leading up to this third week where it's seek out the truth. All right? And the hawk, he flies very high. And, you could see a lot when you open up your peripheral vision. All right? And when you do that, you're able to see the truth of the matter. Not only with your eyes, but with your ears, and your other senses. Listen to your intuition, Virgo, with this Knight of Arrows and Hawk for September. This is an interesting horoscope. Let's see what the fourth week has for you, Virgo. The fourth week is going to be represented by the Five of Stones and endurance. So, even though you are taking on the standing up process, okay, I'm just going to hold all these up together. It just makes sense. Okay. That Knight of Arrows, that hawk, wants you to stand up for something. What's enchanting you is what the Queen's asking. All right, you're enchanted to be, to make it justified. All right, it actually goes like this. All right, the third week you're gonna look for the injustice. You're gonna look for more truth. And during that trial for this month, seeking the truth out, you're gonna have to endure. You're gonna have to endure the negativity. You're gonna have to endure the, the critique. You're gonna have to endure the all the crap that comes along with looking for the truth. Because the storm's out there, right? But you've got the wherewithal to make the fire. Okay, so, as you're going through this month and you're asking yourself those questions of what do you need to stand up for, know that you have to have that endurance. Okay? You have to be able to, as you're flying high, being able to endure the winds, being able to have the strength, for what's coming at you in September. Because I got a feeling that when you come to October, you're going to be swooping down, okay, and making a stand for what you want to stand for. All right, Virgo, that's the message for the month. The Knight of Arrows and the Hawk. Hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others. And this is D for Spirit's Path, and we'll talk to you in a month of October. Take care, God bless, and stay safe.